we have obtained the intelligence spectrum model from Tsinghua University. Authorization of the big language model. Then our side, also based on this case of authorization of the large model, to go based on some of the things we've collected before. There is such a data, and ran some data experiments. In this case, the main finding is that, in our overall detection of phishing pieces above, in fact, it will be more stronger, because it will basically recognized are some of the more common types of phishing, including like some link types. For example, it could be some typical phishing emails. Will tell you that the email system capacity is already full. Remind users to click this type of phishing, or rather some type of social worker. For example, it might invite you to go scan the code to fill in some living allowances and the like, or other QR code categories, or accessory type. Basically, he has been able to identify this type of phishing, but this result is something else. Also introduce some miscalculation. That is to say, it might send some normal emails. It will also be regarded as a type of phishing email. In this case, it's outside a place to be breached. Later, how to ensure as much as possible that it catches the phishing emails at the same time, as accurate as possible, to find these emails, to avoid situations where large areas are misjudged. The second point, actually, aside has been mentioned earlier, under a model in the field of large languages. It actually has something called intent analysis ability. It's based on some previous models, makes a rather big difference about its ability. It can stand out more obviously in one of our mails. Is there any to guide the user to do some measures, or the intention to do something? But this intention, in fact, it can help us identify this email, whether it is the same as our users, guide us to open some attachments, or opening the link to fill in the account password behavior. In fact, with this intention, it will also help us identify if this email is phishing email. Consider it as a feature point. Well, about the third direction, in fact, we will find that large language models, because it is based on a relatively large training dataset. About this, it will have some training data in different languages. The training data, actually pretty, can help us to identify some phishing emails in different language types. Then we're trying to do our experiments, found that it was in our training sample set. In fact, it is not provided some phishing email samples in some small languages. That's in the test set. We according to some of these types situation. In fact, a model, in the process of running one by one, it's actually catch phishing emails for these small species in minor languages. In fact, this one will also help us when one of the models landed for the attacks on phishing emails or cross-border emails. There will be better help. It can help us to identify some small language emails. It also attempted to use a minor language approach to bypass some of our detect engine, if we usually keep a record of it. And that was actually very helpful for us to capture and identify phishing emails.